HD Media.
Ladies and gentlemen and ladies, welcome back to another rendition episode of HD Conversation.
Desmond got his hair done.
My name is Des White. The person to my right is Morgan Allison. The person to my left, ain't nobody over there. Anyway, so just wanted to come to you guys, bring you guys another episode.
This is our third episode.
How you doing today, Morgan?
I'm good.
What you say? I got my hair done. You see me.
I'm good. How are you today, Desmond?
I'm doing all right. I got a question for you.
Oh, Lord. Sure, go ahead.
So, if you get in the shower, and when you get out the shower, you got to use the bathroom. You got to do a number 2. Does your shower cancel out? Do you get back in the shower?
Yes.
Why?
You don't?
No.
Ew. That's the whole point of getting in the shower is to get clean. Like,
right, but...
And if you got clean and then your booty, you just pooped. Like...
Well, I use...
I understand.
What I call ass wipes.
But still, like, that's still not a clean, like a soap and water and rag and flushing water out of your butt.
So you saying it cancels out?
Yes. So you say
if
you have to take a shower, if you take a shower and then you have the urge to go to the bathroom again.
Usually I would want to take a shower before I get in there. That's what I try to do. But I'm not but I'm not
try to take a number 2 before you get in the shower. Right.
So if I have to or if I feel like I have to, I'll be like, all right, let me do this right quick. Then get in the shower. But if I get in the shower and it's kind of like I got to do a number 2, I'm not about to be like, oh, I'm not clean. I got to get back in the shower.
Yeah, no, you're not clean no more. I think the only way it doesn't cancel out the shower.
Because I feel like the ass wipes do its job.
No. I just want to feel fresh and clean. And then the only way it doesn't cancel out a shower is if you poop like hours after the shower. And then it's like, then this is the need to take another shower, like at night or whenever you take a shower.
If you poop hours after, what you mean?
Right. So you don't have to go jump in the shower if you poop hours after. You know what I'm saying? But if you in the shower or you just got out the shower and it's like, oh dang, I gotta poop.
No, I'm talking
get back
about
in the shower.
Immediately after the shower.
Exactly. Get back in the shower.
I got somewhere to go. I'm not about to. Nah, come on now, y'all.
You're nasty.
Too extra. You want to be so clean and then don't even be that like.
You're nasty.
Like you want to be so clean and then don't even wash your ass good. But anyway,
you're nasty.
That's besides the point. This is a entrepreneurial, financial literacy podcast. I just want to bring
HD Conversations. We're going to cover a gamut of things, I guess, especially on today.
Did you say gambit?
A gamut. Is that the right word?
I don't know if that's the right word.
A gamut of things. I think it is a myriad, lot of things. We're going to cover a lot of things.
All right.
On this series.
I like that shirt you got on.
I like your shirt too.
Where you get it from?
HustleDifferent.com. Where you get yours from?
You know, a little black-owned company that I know about.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's Black History Month still. Go shop black businesses. Go support black businesses.
Yeah, not just ours. You know, all of them. But we do this all year long, you know, buy black, build black, invest black.
Yep.
You know, all year.
Sure do.
So we also, I was talking to Desmond, so Desmond has this thing where he, gets upset that I put on makeup before these things that we do on camera.
Wait a minute. When did I get upset?
You say it takes too long.
Okay.
You ain't say that? Today it didn't take that long. But
I'm. If you would account for today, I'm over it. I just let you do what you do.
But it didn't take that long today. He has in the past. My point is that I didn't feel like putting on makeup today. But in the name of, I say consistency, but Desmond said change it to persistence. Because sometimes as entrepreneurs, you just don't feel like doing the things you have to do, you know? And for me, putting on makeup is like a part of putting on my best to be in front of the people that I want to serve.
Have I got used to you putting on makeup? Because it
this
didn't even take that long for me.
I think that's because I was setting up I was putting on makeup while you were setting up.
Oh.
So you probably didn't.
So I got to do stuff in the midst of.
Yeah. So you're not waiting on me.
So I'm not waiting. Oh, okay, right. Okay.
But the point is, as an entrepreneur, like persistence, consistency, doing stuff when you don't want to do it. It's all in the name of the game, you know? And I think that's like what people be like, do something you wouldn't mind doing, even on the bad days or even on the days you don't feel like working. And here we are with makeup on, and here I am with makeup on and us being persistent. Because even though I didn't feel like put on makeup, I really wanted to do the content because we're going to talk about something really, really dope.
I think persistence can go into us creating this content because I think that we were dragging a little bit. We supposed to been started. Being
recorded.
So yeah, it goes into being an entrepreneur as well. It goes into getting things done. It goes into all that. Definitely want to give some shout outs too. We just came off a little business trip.
We should have calculated our mileage.
What you said?
We should have calculated our mileage.
I'm going to need you to work on that. Calculate.
Calculated.
Calculate.
Calculate.
No.
Calculate.
Calculate.
So it's CAL, so it'll be calculate. Not cow, COW. Calculate.
That's what I was saying.
Calculate. That's what I just said.
How you gonna correct me on? How you gonna correct me on me saying it wrong when you say calculate?
Calculate.
That's that country shit.
Not from the country. Calculate. I should have calculated our mileage.
Oh yeah. Throw that in QuickBooks.
This is not a paid episode. Can't even figure out QuickBooks.
So definitely want to give a shout out to everybody that supports us in Nashville. We appreciate you guys. We do this for y'all. We do this for the people that give us feedback. So if you're giving us feedback, no matter if it's good or bad, I'm cool with that. And we are talking directly to you guys. So
and not even just the people in Nashville, because I've gotten a lot of compliments or compliments.
Oh well, people. Me too.
Shout
out to people that called me today and said they purchased something.
And it feels like it was just in the last week or so that people are like, your marketing's good, or y'all aesthetic looks nice, or we see y'all, or keep being consistent. We see it. And it makes me realize even though people might not comment, subscribe, they might not buy, but people see it, and I think that's an inspiration within itself. But it's also I was watching a YouTuber that's if you want to start a YouTube channel for the money, don't do that. You have to actually start give the content for the people you want to give the content for. So it's I guess this is kind of showing me we actually do doing what we're doing, because it's we're not seeing the results we think we want to see right now, right? But I think it's really showing me personally on an entrepreneurial level, I actually like doing this. And even if I'm not seeing the results I want to see, I'm probably going to keep doing it because I like it. Persistence.
Because it'll, if you doing something with love, persistence,
passion,
consistency.
I wasn't correct. I was ad-libbing.
Yeah, then things are falling into place. That's why I kind of dip and dabble in a lot of different things. So if anybody got an idea and they want to share it with me, or they want to partner with me, I'm going to do it, because you never know in today's climate. Anything that you put a lot of love and a lot of persistence into, it could take off. So
yeah. And it's kind of when you I cut you off and then forgot what I was going to say.
You meant to cut me off, but go ahead.
I said I cut you off and forgot what I was going to say.
Oh. What you get?
With people like encouraging. Oh. You were saying something about like, you just kind of figuring things out. And I think a lot of our 20s, which a lot of like our audience, when we look at our like who we reach, in terms of analytics, they're like 25 to like 35 maybe. And it's like that age group, really the 20 and latter, and probably the 30-ish crowd too. It's like this time period, we're just throwing paint at the wall and seeing what stick. And I feel like this is sticking, and I'm happy about that because
throwing paint at the wall and see what stick. Where you get that from?
I stole it from somebody, I'm sure. Or throwing pasta at the wall, because pasta's what sticks. But anyway, but you're just throwing paint at the wall in your 20s and figuring out what the heck do I like to do. And I think, like, for me, as my road to as an entrepreneur, like 2 years ago, I started out trying to do personal training, and I was like, this is really hard. But then, like, having a business partner doing this, it's like, it ain't less hard because it's still hard, but it's like having somebody next to you to push it and push you and push the mission. It's kind of like, it kind of helps. So that's like the network co-create part, right? But it really just, the journey that I've been on, it just kind of shows you like, just keep trying different things. So I guess like, and then when you find the thing that you think is going to work, keep doing it. But I wanted to shout out all of the people who have been giving us feedback within the last couple of weeks, or even this last weekend, because this episode is really about the Judas and the Black Messiah and the Fred Hampton story, and
great movie.
Yeah, so we wanted to talk about that and the importance of having good people around you. So I guess we'll just go into just your thoughts on the movie and then talk about our Clubhouse conversation.
My thoughts on the movie. My first thought is I have to watch it again. One. My second thoughts is I had this thought about how do black people, or how do they expect black people to grow or just be better version of ourselves if they kill, and we all know they is, but if they kill the people who try to put ourselves in a better situation,
right?
Like what, like black people are so like either held back or discriminated against, put it into these terrible situations, and then when we find, or when a Black Messiah is born, you have other people that basically, just assassinate the person that is our Black Messiah, and trying to get us out of these situations, or trying to just open black people's eyes to what's going on. And then they kill our Black Messiah, and then they blame us for the way we are. If that makes sense. Does that make sense? Like, they blame us for not being
2 steps ahead of the game.
Either 2 steps ahead of the game, or being a certain type of way. They claim that we're thugs and we're this and we're that. But we have messiahs that try to get us out of these situations and try to teach us certain things. And, when they're killed, murdered, assassinated, they point the finger like, oh, y'all are the problem. Right. And it's kind of like, no, that's not the case. Stop killing people that's trying to really put some knowledge, some power behind our people, and yeah. So that's one. That's another thing I took from the movie. And the whole picking your team, picking your circle, knowing who's in your circle, different things like that. I know it's difficult with to realize who is for you and who is against you. When you you trust people and you put time in, and you never know, because is it Judas? Judas is the betrayer, right?
Right.
You might have a Judas or an informer there, to their job is to sabotage you. no matter how long it takes. So you can be a person
they could have been there day one.
Right, but they could have been there day one, but they could stay for 10 years until the job gets done, until the betrayer gets done. So it's kind of hard to realize. I'm not going to say it's hard, but, I think for back then, we as black people, we were trying to fight for something. And I think we looked at each other or looked at other black people like, all right, let me get this person on my side. You black, I'm black. We all come from a struggle. Let's build something. But that person has or is getting paid or is, getting paid by the government, and their job is to basically betray you. So I think the point I'm trying to make is it doesn't matter. Like, you can try to be a person to watch out for who's with you or who's against you, but the people that's against you may look like they're with you and may stay in that place for a long time just to get the job done. I'm hoping I'm making some type of sense of it.
Fine.
Well, not to you, but just to them, because I know sometimes I be talking and I be feeling like I don't make no sense. But I think in my mind, what I'm saying is, I don't know. You make perfect sense.
It's basically like you. It doesn't matter. Their actual job is to betray you. Period. Like, and like you said, if it could take 10 years to do so, that's their job. Like,
right, but you never know. Like,
you don't know, and then
like you will be in contact or you learn to trust this person because obviously they're not showing their true colors. Right. You know what I'm saying? Their job is to betray you and not let you know that you're being betrayed. So you probably learn to trust this person, and 10, 20 years from now, it's kind of like, boom. You know what I'm saying? You never
didn't
know.
see it coming.
So,
but
I got
you. I think like, if you take it to the actual Jesus and Judas thing, like Judas walked with Jesus. So it's like when we was talking about the clubhouse conversation, like there was a older lady. There's always, I think that's...
It's always like an older OG lady in there just dropping jewels.
Like, legit, they always be giving us something. But she was like, there's always going to be a Judas. Like, it might be a person, it might be a thing. Like, your procrastination might be your Judas. You know what I'm saying?
That makes sense.
So it's like, in my mind, it's like you can get mad about the situation, you know what I mean? But it's like if you have the mentality that there's always going to be a Judas in your life, like, you just got to roll with the punches and just be like, somebody or something is going to betray me. And I just have to be okay with that. It's going to hurt. You know what I mean? It's going to hurt, but you just got to keep it moving. But it's going to push you to your next level. It's going to push you to your destiny and all that. But for me, I think one of the biggest takeaways is just they just hate black people.
You said who?
They hate black people. They just like, that's when I watch movies like that. When I watch historical movies where it just literally shows you the truth behind racism or slavery or whatever. That's always the thought. It's just like, why do y'all hate us so much? You know, and like the man was 21 years old when he was killed.
21 years old.
We wasn't supposed to make it past 25. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, the man was 21 when he was killed, and it's like. But in the movie, like, you see that he was in jail. So he was obviously working before he was 21. And like, but the power that it showed me was that the voice of that man, what's that man? J. Edgar Hoover. That man literally has a hand in every single person that in that era that was killed, I think. And
you said J. Edgar Hoover?
I think that's his name. Ain't that his name? The FBI man, the head of the FBI at the time.
I don't know.
I think he had the white FBI man in the movie, not the police officer, the FBI man, J. Edgar Hoover. Look it up real quick. Okay. So, it's just like they hate us, and like that's always the thought I have, and it's just, but it shows us that our voice is so powerful. The man was going to jail the next morning, right? They said kill him. Because they knew his voice was still going to be heard in the jail. You know what I mean? Like, the movement was still going to happen. Like, they were still going to keep working. And it just shows us how powerful you can be when you stick to your ground, when you stick to when you are flipping over tables. If we want to use a Jesus metaphor, like, they're going to kill you. Like, Jesus, like, flipped over tables. Everybody thinks I am a revolutionary. Like, he kept saying it. Like, everybody think being a revolutionary is like quiet and cool and like quiet and like it's accepted. It's not accepted. You're going to have to flip over a table. And like, that's one of the things we was talking about in the Clubhouse conversation. The whole title of the thing makes you think about the biblical portrayal of Jesus in Judas, right? And it's like, if Jesus had a mission, right, to save the world or offer salvation to humanity, like, you have to be willing to die for whatever it is that you are out here doing. And not to say, and not to make it so like morbid or whatever, but every leader in that time knew, like, they knew their time was coming. Like, I'm not gonna make it on the other side of the mountain with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, they knew their time was coming. Like, what's your favorite part of the movie? I'm not gonna die by
Hey, nah, I'm gonna learn that poem.
It's not a poem, it's a speech. It was
a speech.
I'm
sorry. Yeah, he was like, when he was preaching, and he was like, I'm not gonna die by no car wreck. I'm not gonna die by slipping on no ice. I'm not gonna die. You know what I'm saying? Where he was like, I'm not gonna die by these number of things, but what I am gonna die by is by the people, for the people, and with the people, or something like that.
Yeah.
And that's beautiful, man. That's so beautiful, and that part or that speech is what stuck out to me. I've heard, being from Chicago, I've heard about Fred Hampton and different things like that. I've heard that I am a revolutionary, but I've never heard the speech where he's talking about, I'm not gonna die by no car wreck. I'm not gonna die by slipping on no ice. I'm gonna die by the people because I love the people, and what I'm saying, different things like that. So when we were having the I was gonna say TED Talk, we was having the, what do you call it? The Clubhouse conversation. I was talking about how can entrepreneurs, or what can entrepreneurs gain from this movie, and me being a young Black entrepreneur in a white capitalist society. And I think what I was saying was just trying to find something within this movie to pull from, just to go a little bit harder and put in a little bit more effort than what I'm doing right now, and finding what purpose I can play in, or not in, but with being a entrepreneur and different things like that. So the whole thing about what I talked about earlier about, they kill us and then blame us. It's just kind of like, what, I need to either do something different, or I need to put a little bit more effort into what I'm doing as an entrepreneur. Mm-hmm. So, yeah.
I wrote this down and I was like, come on, phone. It says, when you have a passion, you can never get relaxed. I don't know who said it in the conversation, but I just thought about it while we were talking.
Probably the OG in there.
Right. When you have a passion, you just can't get relaxed. And it's kind of like today, you can't get relaxed. And it's like, you can chill all day long, but it's like, you still got work to do. And I think that's kind of like you have to be passionate about what you are doing in your business. And, not even in your business, in your life purpose. Like, you can't get relaxed on that. If you feel quote unquote called to something, if you feel like this is the direction I'm supposed to be moving in, you have to be constantly moving in a direction where you are living that out, being purposeful. Like, you might not be moving super fast in it. You might not be moving like, you might not be moving fast in where you're going, but making sure every step you're taking is purposeful in the direction to get you to your next step.
I was saying something about, or in relation to me trying to find that thing about the movie and how I can, incorporate that into being an entrepreneur, just finding that thing, finding that motivation, to do whatever that you want to do when it comes to podcasting or content or just trying to be amongst people or like-minded people just to share a conversation. That's the thing for me.
I think this kind of related because in my mind, I'm like, we always think of the Judas in the situation so negatively. But it's like, I'll tread lightly on this because I don't feel like we should have to suffer all the time to get somewhere. But like, we have to realize there are going to be roadblocks in our life, right? So it's like, when I look back on like even like past relationships that have failed, it's like, had I not gone through that, I would not have be the person I am right now, right? So it's like we can call it a Judas, we can call a spade, but it's also like it's okay. Like we don't have to be so jaded to the situation where it's like I hate that person, you know what I mean? And it's like I can't stand that person or whatever, and it's like you can't grow from the situation, you can't learn from the situation, but in reality you learn so much because you're not the same person. So it's like when a roadblock comes into your life, even as an entrepreneur, like you're going to learn. You might not go into business with the right person, you might not hire the right people, and all that. So it's like you just learn from it, right? And then one thing, switching subjects a little bit, one thing that the lady kind of brought up was like, the reason why she popped into the conversation because she's like, I always want to hear what young people have to say about certain things, and she was like,
it was just me, you, and Chelsea in there, right?
Yeah,
at the time. Okay.
And she was like, she had basically just said a few things like, do it now, as you get older fear sets in. And I really resonated with that because it's like when I was at Lane, I had no problem with just like running for every single thing I possibly run for. Fast forward now when you're adulting and it's like you can't just do everything has to make sense to the terms of like your bills. Like everything has to make sense in terms of like you can't just stop what you're doing. It has to make logical sense. When you're younger, everything don't make logical sense. But like in terms of like feeding into your passion, it's like just do it and don't think about it. Don't think about it like too hard.
I wish I would have fit into my passion when I was at Lane. I feel like my passion, I feel like I changed, or I get like just not knowing how to do what I was doing as I was doing it. So not knowing how to be a college student, not knowing what to pick, not knowing what to go, not knowing what to do, and just trying to figure it out along the way. And knowing what I know now, I probably would have, did something a little different with my refund checks. Not went on trips with my refund checks. Saved a little bit of my refund checks. You know what I'm saying? Just would have did some other stuff different. I probably would have. Back then, I don't even think podcasting was a shit. Just buying some podcasting equipment or doing something within media, or you know what I'm saying? Like just finding something back then. But
that's like
you go
what
through
we trying
life.
To do now.
But where would I be if I would have started this back then?
Well, we can't live like that. I mean, we can, but we can't. But it's like we got an intern, y'all. Big moves. No,
hey,
but
Kamaya.
So like the biggest thing I think with that is like just trying to share with her or even everybody at Lane College, like y'all literally can do this right now. You know what I mean? Like we think like, well, I don't know. I wasn't thinking about being an entrepreneur in the sense of being an entrepreneur.
Wasn't thinking about being an entrepreneur. I was thinking about trying to get the best job, and that's it. Like
if I knew what I knew now, I don't know what I would have been doing. But it's like I just wish. I guess in my mind, it's like I want to be a big sister or a big aunt or a big cousin to somebody and be like, you can do this now. Like you don't have to wait until you graduate. Y'all got a dorm room. Buy some mics, you get a refund check, you gonna spend it on something, might as well spend it on something that's worth something. Like,
if you don't know nothing now, I'm telling you now, take your refund check and buy something or do something that's gonna make you some money. Yeah. So go buy some DJ equipment. I wish I would have bought some DJ equipment. Go buy some DJ equipment. Go get you a Rodecaster Pro. Go get you a MacBook Pro with Pro Tubes on it if you want to be a rapper or whatever. Go get you a keyboard. Go get you some mics. Go get you some lights. Go get you a camera.
It costs nothing. No, it costs something.
It costs something.
But it costs it's enough. Like, your refund check's enough.
But also you have stuff out there like, and these are not plugs, but these are things that I've seen. You have stuff like OfferUp. You have stuff like Mercari. You have stuff like Facebook Market. You have eBay. You have Amazon. You have all these things to find these things at a good price, at a cheap price, and make something happen with it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, we kind of got off track with that a little bit.
Oh well, shoot.
You know, we get passionate about stuff that we went through and stuff that, you know, we.
I mean, it's about your passion.
Why the hell I ain't use my refund check? I use my refund check to go on trips.
I wish I would have used my refund check.
I went somewhere well with my refund check.
I wish. I didn't think that broad. But like, I think it just goes back to like, if you have a passion, but it's hustle different. Like, we're trying to get people to like learn something different and hustle and get out there. And like, who's to say, like, if you start something your sophomore, junior, senior, even your senior year, by the time you graduate, you could be sustaining yourself. Like, I see all kind of people, like sustaining themselves through college just off a side hustle. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, granted it's COVID, like, learn how to throw a party. You know what I mean? Like, you can make some good money off a party, you know, like, and all that. So it's just like trying to use what's in your hand, and then realizing that if you build a team, somebody might but it's also like, yeah, you can
know shout out to Wallow and Gilly, but I know Wallow, he always preached this all the time. I don't know if you know who Wallow and Gilly is.
Not even a little bit.
Okay. They always preach about, you know, homies being, you know what I'm saying, you not having something, but you having homies that can be the light person, be the camera person.
Brokenness shields creativity.
Okay, you gonna keep quoting Issa Rae?
Yeah, because that's literally what she said.
Yep.
Hold up the light. Y'all can do a whole YouTube series, a whole web series or whatever. But what I was about to say was, like, if you get your friends around you, and it's like, and you listening to this episode, it's like, oh shoot, like, somebody's finna betray me, you know what I mean? But don't have that, like, it's hard, like, off this conversation, don't have that mentality, like, somebody's always trying to like one up you, or somebody's trying to like tear you down or something like that. No, that's not what I'm trying to say. What I'm trying to say is, like, there will be a possibility of somebody there or something there that is going to bring you down, and not allowing that to deter you from asking for help or from building a team or what have you, because you cannot do something this big on your own. The only thing I provided in this setup is the table.
Don't be
in the house. Everything else is Desmond, like, teamwork.
Don't be a Judas when you got Black Messiah potential. You know what I'm saying? Get more in tune with your Black Messiah, your Black Messiah potential.
Yeah.
And if you see any Judases in your circle, you can either leave them where they at, or you can try to use some of that Black Messiah energy to make them also Black Messiahs. But I'm not saying that you have to get rid of a Judas that you might have in your circle. You know what I'm saying? That Judas might need a little bit of talking to. That Judas might need a little bit of push. That Judas might need a little bit of correcting. That Judas might need something to create a Black Messiah energy, to get them on some type of Black Messiah energy. So, you know, but if they don't want to see it, if they don't want to listen, if they don't want to get in tune with it, then, you know, let them go.
And with that, it's like, just what a Judas is not. Let's talk about that. A Judas would not be somebody that you ask them to do something and they're not good at it. And that is not a Judas. That is just, they're not working in their strengths and weaknesses. You know what I'm saying? Like, according to their strengths and weaknesses. So what is a Judas? I think a Judas is somebody who's purposely trying to tear you down.
Okay.
Not somebody
scratch everything I just said. If you got somebody that's purposely trying to tear you down, then you need to leave them alone. But I think what I was trying to say, or where I was trying to use Judas, is if you got somebody in your circle that's kind of like,
you see they trying but they not getting it, or
either you see them trying but they not getting it, or they on some hating shit, or scratch everything I just said. If you got somebody that needs a little push or needs a little motivation, they are not Judases. Judases need to get the hell away from you, or you need to get the hell away from them. The people that I'm talking about that's in your circle are just people that might need a little push, a little motivation, a little talking to, a little correcting. That's it. That might not be a Judas. So that's my bad. Right. I was trying to correlate the two, but I think people understand what I'm saying. I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm not the biggest religious guy, so I don't know. I didn't even know Judas. So I had to ask Morgan. I'm like, so is Bill O'Neal Judas in this situation? And she was like, yeah. And I'm like, wow, mind blown. So I was like, all right, cool.
It's all good.
That's why I got the theologian major sitting to my right. So, ain't that what you major in?
I majored in divinity.
Divinity
and
What's
religion.
Theologian thing?
Theologian is what you are when you come out of if you study, like, you study God, you're a theologian.
So you're not a theologian?
I am a theologian.
Oh, so I was right.
I didn't study theologian. I studied theology, yeah. So I didn't study.
Man, are you a theologian or not?
Yes, but I didn't study theologian.
Okay, I didn't
study medicine and come out a doctor, right?
What'd you say?
You study medicine and come out a doctor. You don't study doctor.
You were so confused with me right
now. So I studied religion and came out a theologian.
I said.
You asked if I studied theologian.
I said no. I didn't ask you if you studied. The first thing I said was, I have a theologian to my right.
Yeah.
Okay,
that's
agree. It.
And I
you
agree.
Added all of I didn't study this, but
you said, ain't that what you studied? I didn't study theologian.
Okay,
I studied religion, and then I came out of theologian.
All right, but we all said the same thing.
But anyway, I think that's all. I don't.
You sure?
You got something else?
I don't really got nothing else. I think we had a good conversation with that.
Well, I'm gonna post this at Lane College. I'm gonna post this in the group in the Lane College Connect.
Really?
Because I think this would be good for them. Shout out to Lane College.
Shout out to Lane College. We are. Do I want to say this? I know we ain't giving no money back, so we trying to indirectly provide some type of.
Look, they said the young alumni, if you can't get money, give advice. I'm giving advice.
Yeah.
Dude, I can't afford to give y'all money yet.
And if you got any skills, reach out.
Yeah.
Maybe. I think we.
I really can't wait till coronavirus ends. I really want to do an event at Lane.
Yeah, I do too.
But specifically for the young entrepreneurs on campus, because I know they out there, and I know somebody's doing hair, I know somebody doing nails, I know somebody's DJing, so I really want to do something for them. So.
All right. Well, you know what? We appreciate you guys for stopping by, viewing our HD conversation. Make sure you network, co-create, build, and hustle out there. If you haven't seen Judas and the Black Messiah, definitely go watch that. Great movie. I think after I even watched it, I went and watched a bunch of Fred Hampton speeches and what he talked about and different things like that. So definitely go watch that. Mm-hmm. And then do some research, read up about him. And, I think that's it for us, or for me.
I don't think we got nothing. If y'all haven't checked out any of our HD approved episodes where we interview people who are here locally in Louisville, Kentucky. This season we're in Louisville. Next season we're going to another city.
If you want us to come to your city and you have people that you want us to interview as entrepreneurs or to talk to, definitely hit us up.
We do not mind traveling.
Don't mind traveling at all.
Yeah. I can't wait to do Nashville and Memphis. So
I think Nashville, Memphis, LA, Portland,
Atlanta,
Florida.
You just name a place you want
to go. Atlanta gonna be lit, and then obviously Chicago. Oh, Cincinnati too. Yeah, I think we should do Cincinnati next.
We was. I just wasn't saying it.
Okay.
Yeah, good episode. I'm Morgan Allison. Pick up y'all's merch. Just not even, pick up your merch, but get educated. And I hope that you're learning something from what we're talking about.
I hope we're doing something.
We're not necessarily out here, but we out here.
And you don't have to take a shower after you take a shit.
But you need to, and you don't have to do anything to stay black and die.
I mean, your shower doesn't cancel out. Just use wet wipes. A lot of people out here are not using wet wipes. They're just using tissue, and that's nasty. Use wet wipes. It's the same thing. It's like taking a shower.
And let it.
Or, you know what I want to get? I want to get a bidet. I want a bidet. I don't know why, but I do. I want one. So, yeah. Because that way I won't have to use wet wipes.
And if you don't know what a bidet is, reference the movie Babs when the water is shooting all over the bathroom. That's a bidet.
Go look up what a bidet is. Anyway, my name is Des White.
I'm Morgan Allison. And this is another episode of
HD Conversations. I was going to say approve.